it's always been Monday nights for 20 years, I think.
Yeah, well, not together at one time. Like read it and then watch it. Yeah. It's like, wait a minute.
The core focus for Whatislife.blog, the podcast series, is to connect intricate moments of humanity, which thus exposes the beauty of us. We believe that all humans contain a story, and that alone is worth sharing. Welcome back to Whatislife.blog. I'm your host, Charles Horace, and today's guest is Manny and Kim. Okay, so Manny and Kim are volunteers, right? Part of the Juntos organization. We'll start off with Manny. Manny, who are you, and what is your connection to Juntos?
Okay, I'm Manny. I'm a volunteer here at Juntos, and I got connected to Juntos when I was in 5th grade as a kid, and I started attending Juntos as one of the kids, and eventually progressed over to becoming a small group leader. I think I did an internship with Juntos for a period of time as well during college, and then just continued to be a volunteer after that.
Okay, and you just stuck around, huh?
Yeah.
Cool. Kim, who are you, and how are you connected to Juntos?
I'm Kimberly. I also grew up here at Juntos, kind of similar to Manny. I got connected when I was in 1st grade, grew up throughout the whole program, elementary school, middle school, high school. I also went through like an internship phase, which was really good. And then recently just got back into volunteering. And then, I've taught a couple of times, like the yellow class, which is our 2nd and 3rd graders throughout the summer. This summer and last summer, kind of just being like the lead teacher there.
Cool. All right. So one of our first questions is, what does Juntos mean to you? Because you both have had, experiences with Juntos. You've grown up in Juntos, right? Manny, what does Juntos mean to you?
Juntos to me, it just kind of means what it means in Spanish, right? So Juntos in Spanish, it's Juntos in Spanish, right? But in English, it's together.
Uh-huh.
And it's the community of people all around, just from the kids to the volunteers to the staff, and even just people that help sponsor Juntos as well. Just all the people around helping each other in all aspects of life, right? So like helping out with, they have the learning lab helping kids with school work.
Mm-hmm.
They have the rally nights and helping the kids, learn more about who God is, the Bible, scripture memory, and just building connections with mentors that are a little bit older than them that can kind of provide guidance to them, up to even just the nights where we don't have the kids there, and when they have the Bible studies or the leadership training, and just working together to help the people that are there to invest in themselves as well, so that they can invest in the kids. And so to me, it's just overall what it means to me is just the togetherness of the community and helping each other out.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Cool. Kim, what does Juntos mean to you?
For me, Juntos is just bringing us together as well. Juntos for me has been like a second family in a way.
Oh, okay.
All my closest friends to me, I've met through Juntos, and it's just been such a wonderful experience being able to grow up in the program and have those godly friendships and community around me, being able to have those leaders, but then also become a leader myself and be able to really strive to be a good example for these kids, and just there for them. A lot of these kids need just someone to be there for them, and it's Juntos was really there for me as a kid, so it's like, yeah, I'm here too.
Right on. And I like that. I like how you guys have brought in together family and connection. When I was talking with Doug and Elijah was saying that he started coming to Juntos because of his mom and which meant that she went to Juntos when she was younger too. Do you two have similar stories? Was that something like, did you have like a family member or a friend that went to Juntos before you, or did you just kind of found your way into Juntos?
For me, there's a church nearby, and that's where I came to the faith with my family. And so I had like sisters in Christ that came to Juntos, and they were just letting all the kids know at church, like, hey, I'm going here, and you guys should go here too. That was Melanie. She's the one who brought me here. So if she's hearing this, I know she still keeps in contact. So yeah, I'm really grateful for her and just the church being able to get that connection through Juntos and continue to grow up here.
Right on. Manny?
Yeah, same situation. I got connected through church, where I think one of the first churches where Juntos was starting to meet is where I got connected and just started going through there, right? And I think now I've been for a while. I think like when I was a kid, there's kids that I grew up with who have kids in Juntos now that are in some of these classes.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a generational thing that we've finally seen happen, right? And it's cool to see that some of those kids, their parents used to be in Juntos as well.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a good thing, to have a generational impact?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think a generational impact is good because in this case it's good, right? Because they're setting a great foundation for these kids, and to see the parents bringing their kids back and telling them, this was a good foundation for me, so I want you to be here too, so you can have that same foundation, speaks volumes to what's going on, right?
Yeah.
And it also kind of helps reinforce the idea of the kids seeing people who used to be in the program there, and also when it's the community, it's people you're always around, so it kind of gives you a positive influence of people to look up to, because not a lot of the kids have those positive influences that they can look up to, and so they're getting that exposure. And then eventually when they see that, once they grow up, the hope is that they want to become those positive influences to the kids that are in the program.
I like that. Kim, you have anything to add to that?
I think it's amazing as well being able to see like similar faces. Obviously they're different people, so being able to like a lot of the leaders that I met whenever it was my first year here, like could we say like 10 years ago, now their kids are coming, like they're like in our younger classes, like pink and yellow, and just being able to like connect with that. And yeah, it's good. I also think it's good to be able to look up at like Laura and Katina and their families. That way, since we grew up looking at them like our leaders, it kind of shapes the way that we want to form our families as well.
I like that. All right, cool. So you talked about influences, and you talked about Katina and Laura. So who are some influences that you have looked up to during your time with Juntos, and how has their influenced yourself in your life?
Yeah, so I think one of everybody's biggest influences, if you've ever been a part of Juntos, is Laura. I feel like she influences almost everybody within the program that she comes into contact with, and I think just she's such a nice and caring person, which it's very cliche, right? Just to say she's so nice, she's so caring, but I mean, like a person who is readily available 24/7 is so hard to come by, right? A person that you can absolutely trust with almost any kind of request that you want to make, right? She's always there when you need any type of help. And I know I've been in situations where I've like confided in Laura and like, hey, like I'm going through this, or this happened, and there's no judgment that comes from her, and she's just like, how can I help, or what can I do to help you? And I think that's such a good characteristic to have, and something to aspire to be, right? Because live in a world of so many people judging any single little thing that you do is just so critical, right? And so she's been a huge influence in that. And also, I mean, she's helped me get connected to other role models for me. Like when I was in middle school, Delano was a great role model. He was the teacher during that class, and I mean, the things that I got to experience of him taking me to go watch like sports matches or things like that. Something that maybe I couldn't do at that point, but just being able to go see that was cool. And then getting connected to Marv and just at that point, being in a stage in life where I'm trying to grow up and I'm trying to start a career and everything, and then him being able to help me out with wanting to be an entrepreneur and just exposing me to other people that can help out with that, right? And just being the type of connection that allows me to see more potential and see more opportunity that I couldn't have seen if I would have never met them, right? I'm probably the community that I grew up in, probably I would have seen the same cycle of things, right? And we're trying to break that cycle and help people be more than what they could be. So that's probably one of the coolest things that I've experienced here at Juntos as well, is just all those influences and the experiences I've got to have that I wouldn't have had without Juntos.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I know I've seen Marv, Delano. Do you still keep in touch with Delano?
Yeah, I didn't have contact with him for a while, but we did reconnect recently and kind of just talk to each other, just kind of remember this, remember that, right? And then just seeing how far he's come along, and then him seeing how far I've come along, and then just being like, him talking like, I knew there was something different about you, or just I'm like so proud that you're able to accomplish all of this. It's just kind of, it feels nice to just reconnect after some time too.
Yeah. You guys still keep in touch with maybe social media?
Yeah, we've kept in touch through social media now, which has been cool, yeah.
Very cool, very cool. Kim, you mentioned Katina and Laura. Are there any other leaders or that have helped influence you in your life? And if so, how have they influenced you?
Yeah, definitely. Both Katina and Laura, as I had stated before, they're just so such amazing influences, and definitely like the people that gave me the warm welcome whenever I started off as a kid. And to this day, I still think Laura is just has opened arms for whoever, all the kids that come in, but as well as those kids that want to come back and they're not kids anymore, they're adults and they have families. But she's always there for them, which is so amazing. But apart from them too, I would say that Juliet was, she was my leader during, I would say like 5th and 6th grade. That's when she became my leader, and it was throughout the school year. So yeah, we would see each other every Monday night. She also started a Bible study with us, which is still standing to this day,
Wow.
Since middle school, just being able to graduate high school and we're all in college, and new girls have integrated, but also keeping that strong and just being able to see her faith and how she's grown her family as well. It's been really good. She was always there for me. And then that's where I also continue to keep that contact with my closest friends like Catherine and Francine and Emery as well. But that Bible study even lasted throughout COVID, which was really hard because that's when Juntos we were able to do the regular rally nights as well. And I think seeing it now, back then as a middle schooler, as a preteen and teenager, it's hard to get connected with the church or with godly friendships and community. But they were always there for me. We would do, that's when Breakaway started. But it was very different than what it is now. We would go over to Juliet and Kendall's house, and so they had a skate ramp in the backyard or a 9 square thing, so we would just play and just be able to have that godly community with a lot of more middle schoolers as well.
Wow, cool. So you guys are still doing your Bible study?
Yes, I saw them this morning, 7:15 a.m. Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense. Sense. What are you guys going over right now?
Right now we're just ironically listening to a couple of podcasts, but soon we're going to be going into a Bible study about singleness and relationships as young women.
Right on. Cool. Manny, you got a Bible study?
I don't. I've talked about starting one.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just something that my wife and I have talked about. Is
Yeah.
getting started in one, just kind of being a little bit more of a leader outside of my personal life.
Right on.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Are you currently in a specific chapter or a specific book?
So I was doing a personal one myself, and I was able to get through all of the New Testament, which I had never done before.
Okay.
And I had been doing the Bible in a year with Dr. Manny and which is also a podcast that kind of you read specific chapters beforehand, and then you watch a podcast where he kind of gives you some context as to what's going on, so you can understand what's going on, what you're reading. He calls them nerdy nuggets, which are cool because it's just like really obscure, interesting facts about that time or about what's going on within the story that you're reading, and then a timeless truth, which I think usually has the biggest impact for me when I study the Bible. Is just like, okay, how does this apply to me now, right? Because we're always reading the Bible, and then sometimes you take what you read literally, or you don't understand what you're reading, and being able to apply it. And the Bible's it's a living document, right? And so it's always speaking to you. And so for it to be able to have a truth from then and a truth now, to me is just it's so awesome to be able to apply that afterwards. So that's what I've been going over, and starting to do the Old Testament now, and so I'm excited for it. But it's been awesome going through that.
Right on. I love it. Yeah, I'm currently I just finished 2 Samuel. Now I'm on 1 Kings. Right at the death of King David onto the new reign of King Solomon. So yeah, I guess I'm going over the Old Testament. It's kind of what I'm doing.
Nice. Yeah.
So
We just finished the David series at church.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about too. Just like
okay.
now I'm watching the series they have on Prime Video. They have a series on David, so it's pretty nice so far. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it kind of like The Chosen?
Yeah, similar, and it's like the other one they have like of Moses and stuff. I really like the Moses one, so I was like, maybe I'll listen to the David one or watch it. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay. Check that out.
It would be cool to watch as you read it too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Well,
like that.
not together at one time. Like read it and then watch it. Yeah. It's like, wait a minute. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Final question for you guys.
Yeah.
So now that you're older, you guys have been through Juntos. You guys had leaders help, influence you and mold you and guide you guys to kind of help you to be who you are right now. What are you doing right now in your current life to help Juntos to give back? Who'd like to go first?
I could start. Yeah.
Okay.
Right now, I'm volunteering during the rally nights and coming to like the leadership meetings as well. Last semester, I did a lot of the learning lab as well, which is something I want to get back into, just being able to be more of a leader for the middle school girls as well. Because right now with the second and third graders, it's a lot of like, just a lot of fun and like, but I think it would be really good to just get a little bit more serious, especially with the middle school girls, just because I think that's when Juntos impacted me the most, being able to create that impact with other girls as well.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Have you worked with the breakaway night crowd before?
I did middle school for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as soon as I was able to be a small group leader, I think they put me with middle school.
Okay.
So I helped out with middle school for a long time. It's an awkward age. It's it's a task. It's a task. But it's still cool. I think that middle schoolers sometimes are some of the most trusting people. Once you can get through to them, they really share what they're going through and really confide in you, which is very important because there's not a lot of people that they can provide their trust to or share with that are going to kind of like help them and not judge them, or some just listen sometimes, right? So yeah, middle school, that was a good period of time. And then I've also helped out with for a while we did guys night with high schoolers, where we would meet all of the guys in, I think, middle school and high school. We would just all meet together and once a month do something as far as an activity and going over like leadership skills with them as well. So
Do you think you'd continue doing that, working with the high schoolers?
yeah, potentially, depending on, what kind of programs we have going on, and scheduling and all that. Life just gets busier as the years go by too, right? You're just starting family and all of that. So I definitely still feel like, I've told my wife, I was like, this is something that I have like a big passion for, to just give back, because it gave so much to me. And it's just heavy on my heart. It's something that God has always kind of like always kept in the back of my head, because there's been some periods of time where I haven't helped out, and it just kind of bothers me. Like
I've felt that as well. Just like it's like a season where it's like everything else is really challenging, but it's like I gotta get to Juntos, because it's just like I don't know. I think that kind of, obviously Jesus and God is our firm foundation, but being able to come into a building and just remember where it all started, and remember how you could be that leader for someone as well.
Yeah. And Juntos has been something that's been such a constant, despite moving buildings and COVID and everything, right? It's been such a constant, steady thing in life that's been stable, that not only for the kids it's been stable, because they're in such like the spectrum of situations that they're in is so broad, that for them, whether it's family life at home or school, or whatever they're going through, it's always been Monday nights for 20 years, I think. Like, it's always Monday nights at 6. There's always going to be Juntos, and it's just been such a constant thing, stable thing, positive thing, where they just come in and they can be kids. We come in, we can, as leaders, you can hang out with all the other leaders and be with the kids, and it just kind of like, you walk in here and a lot of the stuff, distractions outside of it, kind of goes away, and you get to do a little bit of worship, you get to go over the Bible story with them, you get to talk to the kids, and just kind of, it's just kind of like your heart just feels a lot better.
Yeah, definitely.
I like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've kind of moved away from Albuquerque, like, currently, but I keep getting drawn back to you guys. It keeps pulling me back to Juntos. I'm like, okay.
And that's how it is. Once you try it out, once you're in it, it's like you're in it, and it's something it's real hard to walk away from.
Yeah. All right, cool. Do you guys have any final words of statement regarding Juntos, or any words of encouragement for those going through tough times, or anything?
I would say just get connected to something like similar to this, whether you can get connected here or wherever you're at, something close to you, get connected to a program like this, because it's just another way of us being obedient to what God asks us to do, right? Of going out and sharing the gospel, and just being disciples to these younger kids, right? So just getting connected, and especially here, because the way that they've been approaching things right now is just of getting poured into, and then from that overflow, if you're getting poured into, it's going to overflow out to those kids. If that's what your heart's being filled with, that's what you're gonna provide to those kids too. So that's what I would say. Even no matter what you got going on, it can make a hardened heart a lot warmer.
Right on. Awesome. Kim?
Yeah, I would have to say something similar. A couple weeks ago at our leadership training, Doug was talking about how we just have to, go back to the Word always. If we're not feeling that light in our lives, the Word will light up our lives, and we'll be able to shed light on God and be able to walk around and spread that light to others in the darkness and around our community as well. So, yeah, just rely on the Word and Jesus, and then find someone, find a community, find people that will pray for you. I think that's always something that's kind of resonated with me as well, that Laura and Katina, they're women of God, and they're always asking me how I am. It's like every time I say, how are you? And I know it's genuine. They're listening, and I know they're praying deep down for all of us as well.
Awesome. I love it. Awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. And Juntos does have a website, right? For those who are interested. Do you guys know what the website address is?
I think it's Juntos Albuquerque. If you look it up, it'll come up. It's juntosalbuquerque.org or .com maybe. Yeah, one of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, cool. Well, awesome.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thanks, Charles.
Thank you.
Yeah. What is Life Media is a marketing through podcast platform that utilizes conversation to promote opportunity exposure.